want to talk to you about how to make the most out of your dermatology visit. How do you actually show up at the dermatologist's office well prepared and ready to go and making the most out of that visit so you can get the best healthcare you can, get the best management, follow up on time, and get better within the expected time frame. So let's get right to it. So the most important part is to actually show prepared for the visit. Let's start with showing up on time to the doctor's office. Every doctor's office has a little bit of a different procedure, but I would actually stay with what they recommend to you. If they're telling you to show up about 15 minutes early so you can fill out the paperwork, and God knows there's a lot of paperwork to be filled out these days as a result of various healthcare regulations and government overreach, you will have to fill out that paperwork. And the sooner you fill it out, if you can fill it out in advance before the visit, or if you can show up earlier at the clinic and fill out the paperwork, that'll streamline your visit, will get you in the room at the right time, and get your visit started with the dermatologist. If there's anything that the doctor needs to know about your general health, about medications that you're taking, about your skincare routine, all those things, bring those things and be ready to tell the doctor what it is that you're doing. Also, I would recommend if you've suffered from a skin condition for a long time and have used medications and different skincare products to treat that condition, come with those skincare products and those medications in a bag. So the dermatologist can actually take a look, evaluate what you've been using, and make sure you don't repeat the same treatment again. Mind you, telling the doctor that you've been using a red tube or a blue tube or a yellow tube means very little. It may make a little bit of a difference, but ultimately, your doctor needs to know what kind of medicine or skincare products you've used. And the best way for your doctor to know that is by you bringing those products to the doctor's office and showing the doctor what you've been using. Now, it's perfectly fine to show up at the dermatologist's office with the diagnosis in hand. If you've had it before and you know what you have, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes, if you've been suffering from a worsening in your skincare condition or previous treatments had not worked, that diagnosis may be challenged by your dermatologist. They may need to do additional tests. It's okay to do your research in case you are a first-time patient to a dermatologist and come to the office with your own ideas and opinions. That being said, keep in mind, the dermatologist obviously will have to do their own evaluation of your skincare condition, and you may be surprised at the diagnosis and the recommendations that follow from that diagnosis. So keep an open mind. You may come in knowing exactly what you have and how to treat it, maybe needing just a prescription from the dermatologist, or you may be completely surprised as far as what is it that you have and how to treat it properly. Now, here's a great tip. If you have any blemishes, any changing moles that you're concerned about specifically, circle them with a magic marker before you come into the clinic. That way you don't have to look for them coming into the office. I've been there many a time. The patient comes in, they're very concerned about a mole or a blemish or anything changing on their skin, and then they spend the good part of 5 minutes, what seems like forever in the room for the patient as well, to find that blemish if they're lucky enough to find it. Be sure to mark anything that you suspect as changing or worrisome. Bring it in, circle with a magic marker. That'll help you and your dermatologist evaluate this lesion quickly, get you to a bottom line, and move on from there. Obviously, if you have questions, bring them in written down on a piece of paper. I usually recommend bringing up to 5 questions. If you have more than 5 questions, that's okay. It may take a little bit longer to answer them. If you have a number of complex problems, that may actually require more than 5 questions, but be sure to bring them in an orderly manner so you can actually ask those questions, check them off, and make sure that they're answered by the dermatologist, and you're not overwhelmed or grasping at straws, looking to remember what it is that you wanted to ask the dermatologist. If you have a specific skincare problem that you came in to be diagnosed and the dermatologist has given you a bottom line and you're not sure how the dermatologist made that diagnosis, it's okay to ask in a non-confrontational manner, how did you arrive at that conclusion? I think the overwhelming majority of dermatologists would be happy to tell you exactly what made them think you have this and that condition, and they'd be happy to explain it to you briefly and move on to the treatment plan. If you have an ongoing skincare condition, it's perfectly fine to ask how long will it take for this condition to improve or to go away with the appropriate treatment, especially if you're actually discussing the treatment plan with your dermatologist. So figure out what the time frame is and set your expectations correctly so you know exactly when things are going to turn around and you're not wondering when are things going to improve. This is very important. Ask for clear instructions as for how to take care of your skin, how to treat your condition if you did come with an active condition to treat. Make sure you understand the instructions as for how to treat that condition, the time frame, specific side effects that could occur as a result of the treatment, and what to do in case those side effects recur. If you have enjoyed this video, share, like, and subscribe. Put a comment in the comments section and tell me what have you learned from this episode that is going to supercharge your next dermatology office. More great content coming your way right from this channel. Thanks for watching, and God bless.